Welcome to part two of our series. This time we're going to cover basic marketing because we can't grow the profession until we grow your practice. We're going to teach you ethical and effective marketing. We're trying to get away from the nonsense that have been sold to chiropractors in the past as marketing. And all of the material in all of these webinars is in a manual or an ebook. You can download it now at practicebump.com. If you use the coupon code NUTRITION, you'll save 60%. It brings the price down to about $20. Not so much that we want to make $20 off of you, but I feel that if you spend $20, you might actually open it and read it, and I think there's some good information in there. But we do have some free stuff for you, too. A lot of the marketing information that you're going to get today is in a handbook called Marketing Wellness in Your Practice. This is free. If you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/WholeHealthAmerica, you can download it for free. If you like the page while you're there, I'd really appreciate it. And we also have another ebook on how to market detox. So if you do the 3-step detox from biotics, or if you want to get into detoxification, here's a marketing plan. We also have protocols for detoxification in the manual that we mentioned earlier. This ebook is also available. This is for your patients. You should print them up and have them in your office. It teaches them the value of the supplements that you're giving. Patients have a tendency to want to go to Walmart, get the cheapest price they can. This teaches them why that's not a good idea. I mean, 60% of your patients are getting supplements, and do they get them from you? Marketing does one of two things. It fulfills a desire or it solves a problem. Fulfills a desire, lose 5 pounds before swimsuit season, solves a problem, and back pain now. Branding, which a lot of people get caught up in, just merely lets them know who you are. That, you know, when you have a good logo and you want to try to get it in as many places as possible. Coca-Cola can do that. It's hard for an individual practitioner to do that effectively. Chiropractors often waste time and money on ineffectual marketing. Common mistakes are branding instead of marketing. We talked about that a minute ago. Selling instead of marketing. A lot of so-called marketing consultants will give you scripts and have you turn the second visit into a sales thing. This is not, first of all, it's not marketing, it's selling. Sales is not marketing. Marketing will lead to sales, but selling is not marketing. And also, you're not a salesman. You're a physician. And when it doesn't work, they always say, "Well, you're not motivated, so it's your fault." It's not a good thing to do. Focusing on technique. I did applied kinesiology for years, and I would always lead with that. I do applied kinesiology, or Gonstead, or whatever it is. People don't really care what you do. They care what you can do for them. So marketing based on technique is not useful, as is focusing on your resume. I talked to a doctor once that wanted to get yet another. He actually was going to go to medical school in the Caribbean so he could have MD after his name so he could see more patients because his practice wasn't doing good. If you take classes and learn other things, it's to get your skills up, and that's a very good thing, but it's not a marketing technique. Once again, people care about what you can do for them, not who you are, what you do, or what your qualifications are. People always assume that their doctors are qualified. Okay, next mistake common is, I can't afford to market. You can't afford not to market. If your practice isn't where you want it to be, you need to market. And a lot of the things that you can do that are effective are free. Traditional marketing, buying ads and coupons and mailers and things like that, are not working anymore anyway. And with the internet, you can do a lot of stuff for free, and we're going to cover some of that. Another mistake chiropractors make is they ignore social media. Social media is huge. They're saying, "Oh, I would give up my privacy." When you have a business page, there's nothing on there that you don't put on it. And it's a way for people to find you. It's a way for you to comment, like on healthcare. If you go to Whole Health America, you'll see the kinds of posts we make. And it gets people aware of your practice. People are not even coming into your practice. Very important to do. A lot of the websites have too much garbage. They got spinning spines. They got all there's all kind of stuff in there. And what do you want from a website? You want someone to, that you want them to make contact with you. Ideally, you want to get some information. At Whole Health America, we do websites with landing pages so that people can get free reports, they get free stuff in exchange for their name and email address. And you build an email address and you build a relationship with people who haven't been into your office yet. That's what your website should do for you. Also, we focus too much on external marketing. External marketing is going out into the world trying to get a new patient. Okay, internal marketing to people who already know who you are or have already done business with you, is much, much cheaper. It's not that you shouldn't focus on external marketing, but realize that it's the most difficult and most expensive type of marketing. And a lot of chiropractors have terrible marketing messages, and we're going to show you that in the next slide. This is a typical ad that you would see. Dr. Dumas, this is the headline. This is prime territory. This is what you want to grab the reader's attention with. You don't waste it with your name. Always some kind of cliche. Your comfort is our concern. It's meaningless to people, as are the credentials. Like I say, people expect their doctor to be qualified. You don't need to list your credentials on an ad. Also, here's got a laundry list of things that he treats. Okay, if I've got a backache, I'm not going to notice this. Okay, I might see backache. The only thing he did right was he has a nice large phone number. Okay, compare that to the next ad. This ad was put together by my friend Ben Clark, who's a marketing expert, not a health expert. And it's got some things in it that may make some of you wince, like end lower back pain, for instance. Okay, but it does show a headline that's going to grab somebody's attention. Okay, now other headlines, some of the most effective headlines are questions. So you could actually change that to lower back pain ? Okay, so if I got back pain, you got my attention. Okay, subheadline, that's this next area here. Solves it. This presents the problem. This solves the problem. Stop suffering. Relief from lower back pain is a phone call away. All right, we got lower back specialists once again. This is one of our older ones, but it does show a powerful ad, and always has an offer: free lower back pain report. Okay, they have to have a reason to contact you, and if it's a non-threatening reason, if they can get something for free, get some information, they will do so. Adding the words call to the phone number, actually, they've done studies, and it actually increases the response. Okay, and then we mentioned the website. The other thing I want to point out here is it's one condition. When you have a marketing message, you're marketing for one condition. If you want to treat headaches and backaches and do a separate marketing message for headaches, when someone sees something from your office in print, and this doesn't have to be a newspaper ad. You can put this in your own newsletter. It's however you do the message, but it should always, always, always just have one focus, one condition. And traditional marketing is dead. Maybe the word dead is a little bit too strong, but it doesn't work like it used to. I mean, if you've done any kind of advertising in the past, and you may be noticing your ads aren't pulling as well as they have, and that's because people filter ads very well. They've got caller ID. They got a DVR so they can speed through commercials. Everybody has a caller ID, so telemarketing doesn't work. They don't listen to the radio. They got satellite radio. People don't read newspapers anymore. So it's really hard to come out with a marketing message that actually draws. And we're going to give you a quick vocabulary lesson. We're going to talk about outbound marketing and inbound marketing. Outbound marketing is what we were just talking about. It's putting ads out into the world, hoping that someone comes across, free spinal exam in the newspaper, or you got the Valpak coupon, whatever. Those are outbound marketing messages, television ads, things like that. Inbound marketing is where people are going now, and they're using the internet, social media, blogs, things like that. Where fans are valuable. You want people to find out who you are on the internet, and then when they do take action to have a treatment, then hopefully they call you. And to do that, you have information out on the internet. People are trolling the internet for information. If I've got a backache, I'm looking around. I might look for a free report. I might read a newsletter. I might read a blog article. Something on somebody's website that maybe speaks to me. I might sign up for something, and that now the doctor's got my email. And a lot of times you create a relationship with someone before they even come into the office. And that's inbound marketing, and that's how things are done now. It's more important. So in spending marketing money, you want to market first to people who are currently and actively using your services. Patients that are coming in, they might not know all the services you offer. For instance, a backache patient. Last time we talked about wellness care and getting your musculoskeletal people into a nutritional program would be an example of that. And that increases your income and increases their interest in your practice, and it increases your chances for referral. The other thing with marketing to people who are using your services, if they're coming to you for a backache, they might not know that you can do something for sinuses. And they might have a friend with the sinus, and it wouldn't occur to them to refer the friend with the sinus. So by having that by marketing to the existing patient, your practice grows and your referrals grow. Your second group that you want to market to are people who've used your services in the past but are no longer active. People that I had a woman come in the other day. I hadn't seen her in 4 years, and she goes, "Oh, you're not going to retire, are you? I wouldn't know what to do." I haven't seen her in 4 years, but and you've got patients like that. They still like you. They still think well of you. It's a good idea to communicate with those people. And I'm not talking about recalling, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. That always smacks of desperation. But sending out a newsletter, sending out an article, sending something with an offer in it. Hey, did you know we do blood tests and nutritional consultations now? Something like that. A lot of times reactivate these people or get them thinking about you to where when they talk to somebody, they'll actually make a referral. Your third group that you want to market to are people who've considered using your services but have not yet acted on. This is somebody you met at the Chamber of Commerce in Kiwanis or something like that. They've asked you some health questions and stuff. People like that, you keep a list on, you send them things. And then the last group you market to are people who don't know you and have never used your services. Not that you shouldn't do that, but realize that's the most expensive type of marketing. You want to track that. If you spend, a couple $100 trying to attract a stranger, you want to make sure a certain number of strangers actually show up in the office to justify that expense. Okay, most practitioners think of growing their practice as getting more new patients, and that's good. I mean, a new patient is like the holy grail of practice growth, but they are the most difficult to get. Most businesses market to people who are currently customers. They do upsell. They try to get them interested in other products and things like that. And that's a very good strategy. Like I say, if you're a musculoskeletal chiropractor and you haven't been doing much nutrition, there's a whole world of stuff you're going to be able to offer, especially by the time you finish these webinars and read that manual, and you can grow from there. And it isn't just getting those people to buy, but they start to think of people to refer to you, and it's much easier to get a referral from an existing patient than it is to get a stranger to come in on an ad. And if you're not getting a lot of referrals, we talked about results, and I really feel that good marketing, you want to also produce a result. You always think of like movies, like a bad movie like Waterworld. They marketed the heck out of it, but it wasn't a very good movie, so people didn't go to it, or Green Lantern or some of these other box office flops. You can do really, really good marketing, but if you do really, really bad service, your practice isn't going to grow. And in your waiting room or your reception area, you have a captive audience. Okay, this is probably the best place to do marketing that there is. Okay, it's the one place where you control the message and you control the environment and use it to your advantage. And 3 ways to optimize your waiting room: throw away all your magazines. I cannot stress this enough. Get rid of materials that have nothing to do with your practice. Okay, people not only teaches people about doesn't teach you about your services. They advertise drugs. Okay, and then you want to replace the magazines with materials that promote your practice and educate patients about the conditions you treat. See, the idea is not to have a sales session during the visit. The idea is to have the patient read something and come in with their questions, and that makes you the authority that helps them. That's a much more effective way to do it. And your waiting room is where the conversation begins. Last time we talked about having a wellness program, and your waiting room would be the place to promote that. So if you have a waiting room full of people who are there for kinks and strains and backaches and don't do much nutrition with you, having a sign like this is from Whole Health America. We produce these for our customers. You can have them printed at an office store for about $1.50, and basically it tells the patient to take the free health risk assessment, which is a questionnaire that's on your website. Fill it out and come in for a consultation. Okay. And your display should have an offer, so we're talking about a free assessment. Okay. And you can even have little handouts like this. If you're not a Whole Health America member, you can get a whiteboard and write it out, and you can use a paper questionnaire. But get people thinking about nutrition. That's one of the things that you can do. Here's another poster from Whole Health America on the 3-step detox for patient biotics research patients, and also if you're a biotics customer and you do the detox, they have a lot of materials. They have CDs, they have DVDs that you can give to your patients. They have a lot of printed material. There's a lot of good marketing for this, and the 3-step detox is a very good program. You can help people's digestion, allergies, a whole variety of things. In fact, you should listen to the CD or the DVD from Biotics. It's really eye-opening. We also have marketing materials for weight loss. There's more people who are overweight than have backaches. Half the nation is overweight. And you need an effective weight loss program. If you don't have one, contact me. I'm at onearborvitae@comcast.net. I'll send you some information to get one. A lot of people want to lose weight. It's a very good little money maker, and you're going to help them. Fat is a producer of inflammation. You're preventing heart disease. You're preventing so many health problems. You should have your newsletters in your waiting room. Educate your patients, and they have extras of them. Let them take them home with them. It'll generate referrals. Okay, and also every newsletter should have an offer. This is the one that we produce from Whole Health America. Everyone has an offer, but they are in words, so that if you don't like the offer that we did, you can always change it. Similarly, you can print reports on various health conditions and have them sitting there, obviously with your contact information, and also, once again, have extra of them. If you have a thyroid report and someone knows somebody with a thyroid problem, they'll take that report and give it to them. And you'll be surprised at how many people show up in your office carrying one of your old reports. Health quiz. I'm a very big fan of health quizzes. People love to take quiz. You look at Cosmopolitan magazine. There's always some kind of quiz. Or if you go on the internet, if you go on Facebook, there's a number of websites that have quizzes, and people love those things. If you get the Marketing Wellness free ebook from us, there actually is a paper quiz that you could print up, and we have a key in there on how to interpret it for the patients, and feel free to use that. Put it in your waiting room. It's a great way to transition people into a nutritional program, and also they'll take copies and give them to their friends. You should also have the supplement quality report in your waiting room. And I can't stress this enough. Your current patients are your fastest and most profitable source of growth. And you want to know, do they know all the services you have to offer? Do they know about the other kinds of conditions you treat? And are you missing out on referrals because they don't know what kinds of patients you can help? Another thing that you should be doing in your waiting room is you need to be proactively promoting your Facebook page. Okay, Facebook is the gorilla of social media. Get your patients to go there and like it, because their friends will also they begin to see your posts, and then their friends will see your posts, and it's like a referral network on steroids, and you really want to be using Facebook and internal marketing in conjunction. You want to put maybe a whiteboard, have a Facebook question of the day. Should public schools be allowed to require vaccination? Do really controversial things. You don't have to weigh in on them, but the people that come in will. And controversy creates activity, creates fans. And once again, this is that inbound marketing that we were talking about. Okay, and then after you've gotten your waiting room set up, you want to start contacting people who are not in your office. Current patients are your fastest and most profitable source of growth, and that includes inactive patients. Okay, you want to be sending them newsletters. You want to tell them to go on Facebook. You want to keep in contact with these people. Like I say, even if they're not coming in, they probably think very well of you, and if you stay in the front of their mind, you might get more referrals. Okay, new doctors have special problems. New doctors have to find patients, and obviously don't have a waiting room full of people that they can market to. I'm mentioning door-to-door because it's come up a number of times. I actually talked to somebody that has a company that gives you scripts to go door-to-door from people. And I asked my friend Ben Clark, who knows more about marketing than anybody, says that's just, that's weird. You shouldn't do that. I've talked to a half a dozen guys that, oh yeah, within 6 months I was making a lot of money because I did door to door. And the way I look at it, like I practiced in Chicago for more than 20 years, and if I went door to door in my neighborhood, like you're in an urban area, it's suspicious. You're up to something. Who are you? What do you want? That sort of thing. I think if you're in a small town or out more rural, it's friendly. The thing I would stress is you're not selling at all. Don't not come see me or anything like that. Maybe give them a newsletter, or, have a stack of newsletters on various topics. Give that to them, introduce them. Hi, I'm new in the neighborhood. I think that would be okay. And like I say, the people that I've talked to swear great results from it, although I haven't talked to anybody like in New York City or somewhere like that went door to door. But I think if you're in a small town or somewhere a little bit rural, you probably do well. Seminars and webinars. If you're a Whole Health America customer, we have slide presentations for you. I got my start by doing talks. I found a little, it was like an adult class kind of a thing, and I did I do applied kinesiology, so I took John Thee's Touch for Health, and I used it as a text, and I did some basic muscle testing. And sometimes I'd only get 4 or 5 people, but interestingly enough, 3 or 4 of them would come in as patients and turn into very good referring patients. Another thing is referral groups. If you think of things like BNI is getting kind of outdated, but a lot of referral groups, they have one person of each profession, and you teach them about what you do. That's a source of patients. Co-oping is my favorite. You find a business that's in a related field, like a health club or a health food store or something like that. You leave your newsletters there, and they in turn, in return, you put their literature in your place. Okay. And then direct marketing we've talked about, and social media are good for new doctors. Direct marketing is specific. It utilizes a compelling headline. So you need a headline, a benefits paragraph, and a call to action. And this is our informational example. This is a terrible ad. We don't need to go through this again. You want to do things, direct response. You want a compelling headline, a good subheadline, a free offer. These are some other ads. See, questions are great. If you don't want to make any kinds of promises, just put a question, sick and tired. That's, back pain, headaches, question mark, and you can write a good ad. We write them for you if you're a Whole Health America customer. when you have an offer in an ad, you can have them take your wellness quiz and come in for an evaluation, free evaluation, have workshops or webinars, or free reports. These are examples of free offers you can make. And when you put out a marketing message, you know, like you want to get out there dirt cheap and free. The rule of 5 is that someone needs to see something 5 times before it actually registers. So you want to get your marketing message out in as many places as possible. Co-oping we've talked about. My town has a welcome package for new residents, and for $50 a month, which is unbelievably inexpensive, you can leave a piece of literature in there. I could use, you know, I can leave my newsletter in that, and you know, you're seeing new people that way. You put copies of your offer on bulletin boards, your sign, your website, your Facebook page. Facebook ads are sometimes useful. I didn't write it here, but the referral group. But you want to get the same message out in as many places as possible. You want to have a proper web presence. You don't think of just a website, but a web presence. You want to get involved with Facebook, Google Places, Yahoo, Bing, Yelp. Yelp, maybe not. Sometimes it's hard to get rid of bad publicity there. That actually dealing with Yelp probably be its own seminar. I'm going to try to rush through this. I promised 15 minutes, and I'm already past 25. This one will be a little bit longer. I apologize. But see, all the things that you put on the web and on your waiting room all kind of work together to start a conversation to get people to take action. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and give my company a plug. It's Whole Health America. We have Whole Health Pro, and we offer a number of services with it. We will create a website and landing pages where people can get these free reports. I actually have people that already have their website, but they want our landing pages, and we do that instead. We customize your Facebook page. We'll put daily posts on it. I find a lot of docs don't have time to post on Facebook, although I recommend you do your own too. But we will post every day. And if you go to my Facebook page, you know, facebook.com/Dr. Varnas, you'll see the kinds of posts we do. We customize your Facebook page. We put landing pages. You can actually put everything that's on your website. We can put it on Facebook for you. Health quiz. We put both on your website and on your Facebook page. The health quiz is a very valuable tool. People take a questionnaire and then they come in and you go over the results. Very simple. Newsletters. We do monthly newsletters. We have a newsletter mailing tool. The newsletters are customizable. They're in Word, so you can go ahead and change them. And we're always producing new marketing materials, posters, reports, different things like that, and we make these available to our customers. Okay. Webinar special. If you go to wholehealthus.com, let us know it's a webinar. Instead of $99 a month, it's $67 a month. I apologize for going over on this one. I hope you find it useful. If you have any questions at all, my name is Dr. Paul Varnas. You can contact me at 773-519-0007, or my personal email is 1arborvitae@comcast.net. I'm happy to hear from you. I hope you found this useful.